brothers and sisters, haven't we been rallying for Senegal for long? Haven't we? We talk about, because our brothers and sisters in Senegal have been fighting, because you know the leader that the young people were excited to have, that was Ousmane Sonko, the Pan-Africanist, was put in jail. He's still in jail, and his party is called Pastel, and every young man wants Pastel because Pastel is taking Senegal the AES way. That's why Niger Abdurrahman Tiani in an interview was asked, how do you do it, because you guys don't have a port? And he said, don't worry,
It's one country that is coming.
It's coming, and they were sure. And the president of Senegal, the current president Macky Sall, knew that they were going to lose because he has his own, selected leader, I think, who warm up to the French, and this guy was definitely going to lose. So what they did is they moved the election from February 25 to December 15. People could not hear of that. They went to the street.
How
can this
could you
happen?
even do that?
Yeah, and this Pastel has already selected a new guy to run in the place of Ousmane Sonko. His name is Jai, something Jai, and I think it's going on well. And they knew this guy was becoming the president, but he moved the election, and people went to the streets. A lot of young people died, university students and a lot of other guys. The police were very brutal, but people decided we are not going to give up. And at some point we told them, don't give up.
Yeah.
Up until a certain point where, the Western countries said you have to do something, they always say, and we are defending human rights and all that. Even ECOWAS and the AU said, hey, you have to come up with an
But at some point they never cared, for them it was a non-issue.
Yeah.
Until the public showed that this is we're not having it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So these guys decided we are going to sit down and come up with a new date. And they came up with a new date. That is when Macky Sall, the president, called the opposition and other guys to come and sit down. The opposition said we are not coming, but there were civil societies, there were him and his government, and some religious, maybe some religious people who can get something. And the Red said no. And when these people met, they said June 2nd will be the day of the new election. And remember, his tenure ends in April 2nd. And there was a guy we put on our channel where he was one of the leaders of Pastel, the political party in which Ousmane Sonko was leading. And he said, we are not giving him an extra one day because even the constitution does not allow it.
Yeah.
And so the Constitutional Court went and sat down, like they'd sat down and said it was illegal to move the date to
15.
December 15. So they sat down and said even June 2nd was wrong.
Yeah.
And this is
His
what
term would have been finished by then.
Yeah, so the Constitutional Council rejected the new date of June 2nd proposed by Macky Sall for holding the presidential election, and said he has to choose a new date which is not beyond April 2nd. This is what they said. They said this: the proposed date of June 2nd is rejected. The election must take place before the end of the mandate on April 2nd, 2024. Number one, they said the selection of candidates is rejected. The election must be held within the 19 candidates validated by the Constitutional Council. And the use of Article 36 is rejected because it only intervenes in the case where an election has previously taken place. They were talking about, after April 2nd, this guy, the guy who is the leader of parliament, should be the one to lead as they wait for June 2nd. But now the Constitutional Court has said no, that is not happening, not at all. So what has happened? So Senegal President Macky Sall now set the date of election at March 24. That will be on a Sunday as the new date for the delayed presidential election. Hours after the Constitutional Council rejected the June 2nd presidential election date as unconstitutional. The council told Macky Sall that he could not set the date of the election beyond the duration of his mandate. You see, Sall dissolved the government. He dissolved the cabinet and voted for a new prime minister. His name is Sidiki Kaba. I wonder why he did that. But he's already set the new date as March 24, and for this we celebrate the Senegalese people for their resilience and their continued fighting for their constitutional right and against this constitutional coup.
Such a disgrace.
Yeah.
We have the worst leaders, and they claim to be democratically elected, democracy, and then when it comes to issues that threatens their masters, they can actually do anything to make sure that their masters are happy. Like what Macky Sall is doing right now, even the smallest kid can see that this is just Francis doing.
Yeah.
Pushing you around, you are telling you, let's try this tactic. You are running, it fails, then you sit down again, they discuss.
I salute the Senegalese institutions, especially the Constitutional Council. These guys have really stood with the Constitution.
Yeah.
Although at first it seemed like they were on the side of Macky Sall, these guys have done it. But we are still wondering, has Macky Sall and his French masters given up, or what is happening, or they have another plan?
No, there's a plan.
Are they going to allow Senegal to fall in the hands of pastel and the young people? And these guys are very young. They are 39 up to 42. And definitely every young person in Senegal wants the AES. Are they going to allow this? That is the question.
But they have the choice.
But only time will tell, and inshallah we'll celebrate them in the next 1 month. Because we'll see pastel having joined or warming up to the AES, and it will be very beautiful.
The power is in the hands of the people. I think at this point, African youth should know that we have all the power to change our government.
And now we know this.
In Niger, we saw them having night vigils, young people rallying behind their junta leaders. They were really celebrating them, giving them that momentum to say, we are behind you. Any decision that you take, we know it's for the benefit of us.
Yeah, and we are seeing the same happening in Burkina Faso.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
Young people are keeping vigils to ensure that these coups which are being pushed on Ibrahim Traore, or they are trying to oust him, they fail.
Yeah, Senegal is in the right track. The young people, some have lost their lives, and we know their blood will not be spilled in vain. Their spirits, their souls will not rest until the will of the people is fulfilled.
Yeah.
So, some of these things, we just look at them and say, it's only a matter of time, Macky Sall. You can do it, you can try and evade, you can try and help your masters win, but time will tell.
Time will tell.
God can never disappoint his people.
It's a new age in which our ancestors have risen and they are helping us fight. This, we call them insurgents or the colonizers. And in addition to that, in addition to saying that, are they giving up? We are seeing that France is to reduce its military contingent in Senegal by end of June. That's what they are saying. And France military presence in Senegal will be reduced to about 260 soldiers from some 500 troops, mostly instructors remaining in the country to continue training. That's what they say. But we know, like for example, we talked about how many were in Niger? 1,500.
15,000.
They were saying 1,500, the ones who moved to Niger, to Chad. But in real sense, it was, like Chiani said, it was double. So they are talking about 500 in Senegal, and by June they will have remained only 260 for training. But I'm sure it could be more than 1,000.
It's usually more.
Yeah. So I hope these guys are giving up, and I hope that Senegal will win this fight, in which we have seen the young people of Senegal without sleep, fighting, and they were on the streets, like even on Sunday, this Sunday, they were on the streets. Sunday was second or third. Either Saturday or Sunday. They were on the streets demonstrating. And we have seen what the Constitutional Court has done. And inshallah, we
It's the power
celebrate
of
you, the people of
young
Senegal. May you win,
Yeah.
inshallah.
Guys, let us know what you think about what is happening in Senegal. If you're Senegalese, let us know. Are you joining these young people in the streets, or are you, what do you call them? A Twitter warrior, just pushing them from behind your
Keyboard
phone?
warrior.
Keyboard warrior. Please, if you're in Senegal and want to see change, join this change. Be part of this
But
movement.
whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
No, be part of it. There's nothing fulfilling than telling your great-grandchildren that I was part of the liberation of our country. I mean, I feel good talking about these things because I know it's doing something to our consciousness as Black Africans in the diaspora and in the motherland. Guys, let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and soon we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.